back to the broadcast. Okay, let me just say something that I love about Pat Smith that I just discovered about her. So we're in the makeup room earlier, and we were talking about something that you dealt with yesterday that you felt it was a little rude. Somebody was kind of rude to you, and and it really bothered you.
And I was upset when I came in this morning.
Right.
Just it like bothered. I'm just a really nice person. Like, I'll talk to a wall. I would talk to a mosquito. I'll talk to anybody. And when people aren't friendly, it hurts my feelings.
This is true about her, too. And you do.
Like, I'm very sensitive, and I don't think people realize how sensitive I am.
No, I think everybody
everyone
assumes that you have a thick skin because you've done a reality show and you've kind of got that out there personality.
Vocal.
Well, I am. I'm pretty blunt, but I will cry at the drop of a hat.
You're very sensitive. So Courtney and I are having this conversation about this rude thing that she encountered, and Pat was just quiet, and she was just kind of doing her thing, and I don't know if you were doing your hair or anything. You were so quiet, and I took notice of it. I'm like thinking in my head, she's so quiet. And
I was thinking she could care less.
Oh, no, because usually, you know, when we're in the makeup room, like we're all talking, and it's like kind of high energy. Anyway, she was so quiet, so I just found out it's because you were praying. Yeah. You were praying for Courtney to feel better about it.
And now I do.
Sweet. Yeah, because let me tell you, well, first of all, you know how it is when there's a lot of energy and there's so much going on. So I knew I didn't want to add to the fire. And I just started praying for you because I could tell how
You're gonna make me cry.
No, I could tell that it was really hard on your heart because y'all have to know Courtney. Like, she comes in and she's bubbly and she's happy and, you know, she's everything you see here. And I think because I see so much in you and I knew what bothered you, I thought, you know what, one day this stuff is not going to matter anymore.
I love
It's not going to matter anymore.
I'm just going to tell the funny part of the story because these two are so mushy and sensitive. So for real, this was it was another reality show person that you were at an event with, and she wasn't particularly nice. She was supposed to be on the show today, and she canceled. And so when Pat said that, goes, maybe I prayed her away.
Now I feel really bad.
So there we go.
Sorry, Stuart. Sorry.
Speaking of just not, you know, chivalry, or not chivalry,
Manners
but like
in
just
general,
manners and whatever. I was at Starbucks this morning, where I go every morning, same Starbucks, and when I was walking out of Starbucks, I had my coffee in one hand, and I'm on the phone in the other hand. So
That's shocking.
I know, multitasking at its finest. So as I'm going through the door, this guy opens the door for me, which in Texas, a dime a dozen. I mean, like, it's not odd that someone opens the door. So I don't say anything because I'm on the phone. Like, I don't say thank you, but I acknowledge that he opened the door. And
Did he call you out?
I get about 3 steps past the doorway, and he goes, "You're welcome." And I turn around and I go, "Thank you." But like, so I get in the car and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a jerk. Like, that was really rude of me, how impolite of me not to say thank you and acknowledge this guy that was doing something. But then, like, the more I'm driving down the tollway getting fired up about it, I'm like, well, you know what? You should have hold the door open. Like, I should thank you for being chivalrous. Like, I should thank you to have, like, good manners.
Well, yeah, and you should.
But I think, at what point is it expected that people should have good manners?
Well,
like,
I think, well, this is the deal.
It's like
I think
when someone sends you a
issue.
thank you card and then you thank them back and then you could just keep thanking each other.
Which
it's like, you're welcome. No, thank you. No, you're welcome. No, thank you for your thank you card. Like, thank you for your flowers. Well, thank you for hosting this event. Like,
well, you just have to, no, because that was like the one line of communication. He did the act, and then...
actions speak louder than words.
Well, your action was to ignore him.
But I did it. I walked through the door and I'm literally like this. I'm like...
Okay, see, like,
oh, you gave him the nod.
That's even worse.
I gave him like the...
That's worse. No, I think...
What was I going to do? Hold on a second. Thank you, dear sir. Like, oh my gosh.
Well, what I do
You're
is I...
such a gentleman. Wow.
No, you just say, oh, hold on one second. Thank you. You go, thank you. This is a deal. I think it's bigger. And I get in trouble for this all the time because I'm on my phone a lot. And so my kids will even say sometimes, Mom, I'm trying to talk to you. And you get kind of caught up. And I think these kind of cause us to lose those moments.
But
so
I was in a conversation.
I want to know what some gentlemen in our studio think. So Prophets and Outlaws, the group that you just heard sing us out to the break, are here with us today. The guys, Matt and James. I'm watching you listen to this, and you're smiling. So I want to know what you think, Matt, about about chivalry and manners for men. I mean, do you get offended if somebody doesn't say thank you if you open the door for them?
I don't think I would get offended. I think it's kind of like required by a Texas
Law?
gentleman it's basically law to hold the door for a woman, you know, especially if she's holding something. So I don't think I need a thank you or
See,
anything like
and that's why I feel like when a guy opens a door to get in a car, I'm supposed to be like, oh my God, thank you. I mean, I think girls seem so like helpless sometimes. It's like, well, women are expected to do some things that are courteous to men, and maybe men are expected to do some things that are courteous for women. You know?
But this is the thing. I think he responded wrong. He was rude.
Well, yeah, it's like, don't expect me to thank you. Like, don't hold the door open. So I'll
Well,
be
you've
like,
ruined it for every other woman that he ever comes into contact with in a doorway. He's never going to hold it open again.
well, but that's my point. Like, don't hold a door open expecting a thank you. Don't take a, you know, don't.
Yes.
Don't
I
do
understand.
something nice and because you want to be like acknowledged for how nice it was. Like, do it out of the goodness of your heart. If someone doesn't thank you, then they're the jerk.
I had something really funny happen to me once because raising boys, I'm a stickler about manners and I mean, down to like if we're walking down the sidewalk, you know, my son, and they're all bigger now, they'll switch sides with me so that they're walking on the car side, and I mean just little things like that you know a lot of men don't think about unless they've been maybe taught that as children. And so we were at the Angelica Theater. This was like last summer. We're going to see a movie, and I'm in the elevator with all the boys, and there's a mother and her young son kind of in the back of the elevator, and the doors of the elevator open, and my huge kids like, you know, get to go out the elevator first, and I stood there and I was like,
Y'all get back here.
I'm sorry, what? And I literally pulled him back by the shirt, the one I could reach. And I was like, get back in here. And I made them get back in the elevator, let me out first,
Let those ladies go.
let the woman with her child out first, and then they were allowed to come out, and the woman turned around, she goes, that was greatness.
That's it. I'm with you. I
She's
did the
raising
same
a son
thing.
too, you know.
Well, now I feel
Yeah.
like a jerk.
Oh, don't feel like a
Because
jerk.
I feel like I'm expecting people to hold like that. Like,
No.
Like it's bratty that I'm like, well, you should hold a door, and you should.
No.
I mean, I think to a certain extent I agree with you. I think
it's the way
men
he
are expected to
responded.
have, men with good manners are expected to do certain things.
I gave him the finger nod.
I want to know what you all think. Join the conversation and
you think I'm
DM
an
the
a-hole,
broadcast
tweet.
on Twitter and Facebook, and let Courtney know if you in fact think she is.
And I'll
what?
probably
And if
start
you were
crying,
that
'cause
guy,
I'm
we
already-
really want to hear from you.
I'll probably start crying if you say anything rude, because I'm already in a very sensitive mood today.
But it's